I do have
We're Jews.
Take that out. Quinn hangs up.
What?
It is on what?
Yeah, he's telling us about his trip to Germany.
I know, he's like, hang on. Maybe cut that shit out. Welcome back to Small Talk the Pod.
Wow. And I see there's a third here today. What's going on?
This is our third Smallson sibling, maybe?
Long lost brother, Quinn.
What's up, girls? Me and Brooke killing them.
Yeah, I'm the adopted one of the family.
Exactly.
You're the freak that we don't let sleep indoors, you know?
Yeah, that's. I got a nice setup outside.
It's really nice. We're really good to him out there. Anyway, we have our first ever guest on the pod.
Yeah.
Quinn, this is so exciting. You're drinking like such a gentleman.
No, that was so dainty.
Very dainty.
I'm so nervous. This is my first non-Big Brother related podcast, other than the one with Julie, but that was about God. And I'd argue religion and Big Brother are one and the same, so this is my first time branching out.
Okay, I'm sorry we didn't talk about this earlier. This is a podcast about God.
Yeah.
Were you
Amen.
prepared for that?
Have I mentioned how much I love the Lord?
There we go.
Perfect. You haven't, but this is the right place to do it.
So that actually brings us to our first question.
Yeah, okay, I mean, so the first question in here is, who are you? Are you famous?
Yes, I am famous.
Tell us about it.
I'm a mega celebrity, Midwest heartthrob. My name is Quinn Martin, 26-year-old from Lawton, Oklahoma, the Shady 580. I'd argue the most popular nurse recruiter across the nation, and I don't even work there anymore. I all the time people ask me what's a nurse recruiter, and I'm like, you wouldn't believe it. We recruit nurses. Other than that,
we actually had that as a question.
Yeah, you're like, hey, explain it.
Yeah.
So that's one less question. Cross that out.
I was I would argue second biggest character on my season of Big Brother. Top 3 for America's favorite player, and just all around cool guy.
I
love
agree.
that.
Yeah.
I fully agree. That was incredible. What an elevator pitch.
Yeah. I'm sold.
Any other shows you go on, you can be like, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's who I am. I said the word sick nasty to someone. Maybe you've heard of me.
And it was in a romantic way.
It was, I would straight up say, dripping with Riz.
Yeah, there was a lot of Riz.
I was about to say that. It was on the tip of my tongue.
She was into it. It's so funny. I was just at this thing called Over the Edge, and the number of people who would ask me about that was shockingly high. But then in conjunction to that, it was a built-in roast session of Joseph. Because they're like, you got the girl. And I'm like, first of all, you're incorrect. Secondly, why are you attacking Joseph? Like, I had this old lady bring up, she goes, yeah, I walked up to Joseph and I told him, her name was Donna. Donna, if you were hearing this is messed up.
Fuck you, Donna.
Donna specifically, criminal, first name. She walks up to Joseph and says, oh, it's the first 2-time loser of Big Brother. And he's like, Joseph, super quiet, and is just like, what? And she goes, you lost the game and you lost the girl. She's telling Leah and I this to our faces as if we're going to take her side. I was like, that's so mean. And then she's like blown away by the fact that like we're pushing back being mean to our co-stars. But yeah,
wow.
Very, very big moment on Twitter. And I feel it will haunt me for the rest of my life in a good way.
Yeah, well, I'm
fine.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Not to me, Joseph.
Well,
Joseph.
I'm sorry you were a part
That's
of that.
crazy. Speaking of, look who's joining us now. I'm just kidding.
Get in here, Joseph.
Could you imagine? Wow, get him on FaceTime.
So has that happened a lot? You mentioned you were on a reality TV show. We didn't know that prior. So has that been happening a lot where you see yourself or your other co-stars just kind of being treated like zoo animals and just pointed and laughed at? Is that happening a lot?
I personally, especially given I am a bit of a character, if you could believe it. I'm a very strange person, so I feel like people often look at me as like a circus chimp and they're like, good, do the thing.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Clap, clap, clap.
Like, yeah, they love it. And it's so interesting. Like, oftentimes people will talk about my like house guests, my friends, as if they know them better than I do. Where I recently was talking about Brooklyn, and there's this woman named Maria from Survivor. Different Brooke.
Yeah, right. We know.
And I'm talking about, I feel like they're very similar. This woman, Maria, who is a mother, dark hair, very intense, but like very clearly has a big heart, and is also a like professional dancer, which I would argue is
super similar.
Yeah, just the same archetype. And then this fan looks at me and goes, I mean, I've met Brooklyn, and he knew Maria through like whatever, but he's not convinced. And he's like, I mean, I've met Brooklyn, but I just don't get it. I just don't see it. And I'm like, well, I know both of them, and the answer is yes. So it's very interesting. People, the way that they speak about me and my fellow house guests, they always ask me about Angela, expecting me to talk trash about her. And I'll be the first one to say, yeah, Angela in the house was crazy. But I'm not going to like get into personal attacks, which is like usually what's expected. But yeah, it's so funny. People will be like, can you believe Kenny said this? And I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about, but no, I can't believe it because I don't know what we're referencing right now.
Crazy. You weren't watching the live feeds while you were in the house?
Yeah.
Seems like not something a real fan would do.
Huh.
But yeah, it's just a lot of circus monkey treatment where they're like, go ahead, perform. And it's so funny in the way that I feel like I am performing. And sometimes I can tell people are let down in the like experience of me. It's very funny.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that sucks, especially like, you know, feeling that need to, all right, they're expecting this. If I don't perform this way, they're gonna react however.
Put my clown shoes on. Get ready to dance.
Painting my excuse me. That's the Molly I did earlier coming back.
Oh,
right.
Painting my face white, being like, all right, I got to get ready. Put my clown nose on.
Get a clown nose. Can we get a clown nose here? Do we have a clown nose?
I have a PA with me at all times, ready to. Oh my god! Woo! That's
Bet you weren't expecting that. Bet you weren't fucking expecting that.
Oh my god!
Why did I know that would... I knew. It's been here for weeks. I knew it would come in.
Oh my god! That was intense. I love it. That was so good.
Now that you've been on the superior podcast of all podcasts.
Yeah, that was really,
really
great. We stay ready here.
I feel like I should apologize for that, but I also am like, maybe it was fine.
No, that was awesome.
Sure, that was fine.
That was so good.
Thank you. Quinn, you did mention being a nurse recruiter, which apparently was made into like that's you, that's your life, that's your everything. We were wondering if you had to recruit a group of professionals other than nurses, who would you want to recruit?
Oh gosh, once you start diving into the talent acquisition field, you want more specific. You want it to be as niche as possible so that you as an employee have less people to call. And so I, as someone who like, you know, I've recruited a pretty specific thing, travel nurses. I want to get even more specific. And I'm looking for probably... What are those stores called? The spooky stores. You know what I'm talking about? And they
like the
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, I want to hire Spirit Halloween managers, and I want to locate them across different stores across the U.S. I think that's who I'm looking to hire, because you have to have industry experience. Yeah, you have to have industry experience there. You know, we're not giving the manager role to anyone. This is a seasonal gig, so I'm reaching out to people during a very specific time of the year, and I think that we have mutual interests. You know, I was born in October, and so I feel very connected to my spooky...
Wow.
Yeah, you'd be really good at that.
Oh my goodness, I actually love that. What sort of skill set do you think you would need to bring to the table as a Spirit Halloween manager? What would someone need to have?
I feel like it's 2 months of work a year. I don't want to diminish it. Like but maybe a month of pre-work.
Spirit heads are coming for you in the comments.
Spirit heads hate me.
They're like, actually, it's 3 months because we have to build the store and tear down. Which I guarantee you they have to do that. I used to have a friend who worked at a Cece's Pizza, and they made them, he was 16 at the time, do the construction for the remodel. As if he's ever done construction in his life. So I guarantee you, we need people who are experienced in the construction field. I need like a project manager vibe, which is not hard to come by these days. Construction is huge. Home building is more popular than ever. And then I think that like detail oriented is what I'm looking for here. I would probably mention a series of numbers at the start of the interview, and then at the end I'd be like, go ahead and repeat those 16 digits that I gave you earlier. And if they can't answer that, they're fired.
And then you just hang up the phone. Wrong.
Hey.
Incorrect buzzer sound.
It's
and
what,
then it hangs up. Yes.
growing up, Brooke would always say that to me. She's like, if you could build a pizza, you could build a home. And that's how I got into construction.
I've always said that.
Give these kids the, tools to build things. I want power tools in the hands of minors everywhere.
Exactly. When I was teaching kindergarten, that was the first thing we did.
Yeah, hammer, nails, pepperoni. Come on.
I did teach at a Jewish school, so we didn't have that. But,
right.
That's fine. Okay, I have a question for you. It is based on Big Brother. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. That's my favorite show.
Yeah.
Amazing. I identify personally as being chronically online, and I don't know if you can relate to that, if you have, loved ones who maybe can relate to that.
If you or a loved one is chronically online.
You may be entitled to. Anyway. Personally, I kind of feel like 3 months in a house with like a phone cleanse would be so good for me. Yeah. Like I dream of that. I would never do it, but like it kind of feels like that would be sick. Did you feel that way, or was it like miserable?
First of all, I'm also chronically online, and I felt like there were many times where I would be referencing something and none of my house guests would get it, and I'd just be like, all right, hopefully, and I'd look at the camera and be like,
a couple of those if you've got any specific.
Hopefully one of you in the corner, the camera got that sitting at home. But to me, not having my phone, and I go hard in the paint. Like, I get like 13 hours screen time every day. I'm on demon time. I'm unemployed. Yeah, big numbers.
That's the way to do it. Fun employment.
Exactly. So to me, having my phone feels like you're swimming around in a pool, you're having a great time, and then going into the Big Brother house, you get out of the pool and you're sitting out under the sun, and you slowly but surely become more comfortable not being on your phone. You're drying up. But I always knew the second I'm released from like the shackles of the BB house, I'm going to jump right back in the pool and I will be drenched. And that's exactly what happened. They gave me my phone. I instantly re-downloaded Twitter. They told us, the psychiatrist was like, hey, stay off Twitter. You don't want to whatever. And I was like, those are my people. I have to.
Sorry, Doctor.
If the Twitter fans don't love me, I'll die. And so I'm on Twitter instantly. I'm watching fan cams of myself from like the second I get back to my hotel after our bus and party getting crazy. I am on my phone.
I did hear about that.
All the way until the next day. I did not sleep because I was on my phone so much. I was also scared of going to sleep. And it impacted me negatively where I went to Blue's party and, I hadn't slept. I hadn't eaten. And then we were drinking very heavily. So I threw up and cried at this party. Great time. But to answer your question, it felt like I got out of the pool, dried off. But then the second I got my phone back, I was back in the pool. I don't think I grew as a person. I'd honestly argue that I am even worse off after that, relapse, Well,
but now, because now people on there are talking about you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not just seeing them talk about other people. You're like, wait, tell me about me.
These are my fan cams.
These
are tweets directed at me.
I'm in that.
Yeah.
I search Quinn and then random key phrase. I'll remember a conversation I had, and I'm like, I wonder what people's thoughts were of that. And I'll search it, and there's so much content about the things I said.
That's crazy. As someone who thinks that like I am the funniest person I know, like I would feel the exact same way. I'd be like, God, that's hilarious. This bitch is funny.
Yo, I love this guy.
Yeah,
but
literally.
yo, put this guy on a TV show. The gossip doesn't stop though digitally. I was at this Over the Edge event, and I'm walking through this bar area, which, by the way, I would say was the crux of the event. Alcoholism.
Bar area. Oh.
They're like, hey, do you want to like meet like reality TV stars that are blacked out? Don't worry, you, the fan, are also blacked out, and we're going to give you unrestricted access to these micro niche celebrities. It was insane, and I'll be honest,
Crazy.
I was accepting free drinks. I feel like I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, as you should. No, why
No,
not?
I feel like
Someone made that choice.
I did not watch the drinks get poured, and I was like, "Oh my god, for me? Thank you." But I'm at this event.
True.
I'm walking through the bar, and I hear, it's not like it's Survivor. It's fucking Squid Games. They're pissed, and I stop and look over. And, you know, they recognize me from Big Brother, and they think that there's, like, this solidarity across all reality TV shows. Like, we're in this together. Absolutely not. I don't respect Squid Games The Challenge either. No. But they look at me and they say, I'm sorry. And I look at them and I was like, no, fill me in. And they're like, what? And I was like, I need to know what you're talking about. And so then she gives me the tea.
Amazing.
Apparently, one of the people who got on Squid Games that's at this event as talent now instead of a fan, apparently he would go to this event pre-reality TV fame all the time, and he would hang out with his, like, you know, they do these things called orgs, which is just like Big Brother or Survivor online, and it can take like a week. It's like a huge dedication. It's very nerdy. It's very fun. I would never do it, but it sounds like it's a great time. And so apparently this guy was one of them. He was a fan. And then he gets on Squid Games The Challenge. Yeah. He broke out of like the box, and then he was big timing all of them. And he was like talking down to them. And so they're pissed. And she's like, Squid Games, oh, how hard is casting? It's 456 people. Just wait until I get the call back from Jeff, and then we'll see who the real star is. And I am feeding the flames. I'm like, you're right, sister. Don't let him big time you. I was like, listen. I was like, sir. I was like, oh, Squid Games? Just wait till you're on Survivor. You can fly, queen. Don't let him extinguish your flame. And I'm just building it up because I was like, what if we get a physical altercation at this event? That to me is content, and then I can talk about it on the Small Talk podcast. But unfortunately,
full circle.
Yeah,
That would have been incredible.
it was big time. But yeah,
Well, okay. Next time you get in a physical altercation or create one, you will have to come back and tell us.
I will be fishing
us
for it for the
immediately.
rest of my
That would be
life.
really good.
I'm
That's
going to visit
great.
my grandma, and we're going to see if we can turn something up at the retirement home for sure.
I
like that.
love that. I love a retirement home.
Yeah.
So much to do.
See, the thing about
so
Quinn,
many activities.
he's an equal opportunity, let's just say, clash maker. Doesn't matter how old or how young you are. He wants that smoke on behalf of yourself.
If he can create violence, he will.
Yeah.
He will.
Oh, wow. Okay, start. Where did you say these events took place?
At a hotel in Florida. And I was naive enough to think, oh, we're going to be going to this, like, event center, and there will be, like, a degree of separation between me and the fans who are spending a lot of money to be at this event, which I do appreciate that people are, like, that dedicated to reality TV. I am a super fan myself, but I thought that there would be, like, a degree of separation. No. Me walking to my hotel room, I was interacting with fans, and they're like, oh my god, you're in 457B. And I'm like, you know what room I'm
You
on.
shouldn't know that.
That's crazy.
Why do you know that?
And
Wow.
yeah, all of the events were at the hotel. And so as someone who was like, you know, not hanging out with any of my cast, I was just downstairs chilling with fans for, I'm not kidding, probably at least 18 hours a day. 19 hours a day because I would go to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning because we're getting crazy.
There we go.
And then we have to wake up early in the morning for these like organized events. So I was clocked in the whole weekend, you know, just hanging out. And it was crazy the access they had to us. Like, do you know who Joseph Abden is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Attorney at law.
Love him.
He's so cool. He had a stalker there, and like, and they were asking about like, yo, where's Joseph? We got it sorted out, and she let the event. Like the event was in itself very safe, but it was just funny that like the door was open to be, you know, murdered. And I kind of loved it. I love the sense of thrill.
Always?
I was kind of pissed that I didn't have any stalkers there, honestly.
Not yet, man.
We're gonna have to like task rabbit some people to go to the next
Yeah.
reality TV event.
I'm
Pretend
paying
you
people.
love Quinn so much you want to wear his skin. Pretend that is you.
Smell his hair when you approach him. You know.
Exactly.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Wow. This is sounding so much like. Do you remember the early years of VidCon?
Yes.
Are you familiar with VidCon?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we were like die-hard VidConners.
We loved
were there
VidCon.
from like 2011 to probably 2014, 15.
You were at the first.
I was at the
You were
second
at the
one. So I
second
was
ever one.
in a hotel basement in LA. And then it went to the Anaheim Convention Center. We stopped going the year that Viners started going. That was when we were like, I don't think I can fuck with this anymore.
I think we still went. We were like, we're not going to buy tickets, but we still went
Yeah.
to Anaheim. Like, we made the drive,
Yeah.
and we're just kind of hanging out in the area. I can't legally say if people from our party did sneak into certain events by just nodding at a security officer and being confident.
Maybe
Something
they did.
I've learned a lot of
Maybe they
that
did.
day. You can really do anything in this world if you are confident and have the right
Yeah.
nod.
If you pretend you belong there, oh yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, oh you're actually VIP. Yeah, get in there with the talent, and you're like, that's great. I didn't even ask for that.
We literally saw people. There was a year at VidCon where I saw someone take a VidCon like logo beanbag chair and just carry it out of the expo hall. And I looked at the security guard who was right there, and I went, "Are they allowed to do that?" He goes, "Man, I don't know what they're allowed to do." What?
and which I know this is gonna sound untruthful, and I would never lie to you, Quinn. We do have a VidCon beanbag chair
Do, but
in
I
our
wasn't-
home right now. We got it legally.
Yeah.
We legally have it, but
We did legally get it. I would never steal from. I would never theft at VidCon.
I would never steal, and I would never lie to you.
Exactly. I trust you implicitly, and it sounds like I need that like security guard's phone number because the vibes are right, and Spirit Halloween is calling. I need that guy there stat.
That's exactly what we need. Someone puts a mask on, walks out of Spirit Halloween, and they're like, I'm sure they're allowed to do that.
Maybe he was
That's
a
feeling
real
good.
goblin.
Yeah, yeah.
feeling
He's like,
good.
yo, there was just a goblin in our store, and you wanted them to stick around. All right.
Wait, let me give you my friend's number. He's actually a spirit recruiter. A medium.
Okay, I'm gonna try and bridge this gap, but I have one smaller question that'll lead to the bigger question. So, were you ever interested in going to VidCon growing up, even though it was all the way in Anaheim, California?
I don't think it was ever an option. I cannot imagine. Well, honestly, my parents are pretty supportive. I feel like if I had brought it up, but in my head, I was like, we need to cash in on like, you know, soccer camp during the summer. Asking for VidCon feels a little crazy.
Athletes.
So,
I
you know,
understand.
you have choices, and I chose soccer camp, I think.
Okay, and that's, I mean, your legs look great, so I can see that it paid off.
Gabe,
Flex
he's
my arms
sitting.
for some reason. That doesn't make sense.
So what was it like growing up in the Midwest? VidCon aside, just, I do not have that experience growing up in the San Fernando Valley, in Los Angeles. But what was it like being a Midwest kid?
You know, I spent 4 years of my life in Schweinfurt, Germany. I feel like, getting really cultured, very interesting. And then you find yourself in Lawton, Oklahoma, where I instantly didn't like the vibe of like bringing up the fact that I was well traveled. So in 4th grade, I was like, yeah, we're never going to mention the fact, like I've been to over 24 countries all before turning 18. Never bring it up because I was like, yeah, this is like very braggy. And so
Whoa.
just, you know, I feel like growing up in the Midwest is just like a lot of sports, Whataburger, and stealing from Walmart. I feel like those are the three pillars.
I feel like actually my favorite activity.
Yeah, theft.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know. You know, people.
Quinn, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I need to know more about all the countries.
I feel like there's just been a bomb dropped on us.
Yeah. You know,
We thought you were like a guy on TV. We thought you were like a circus monkey.
Yeah.
from
know,
the Big Brother.
Wait, why are you not dancing for us, Quinn? What? There we go.
I can't
That's me.
touch
Wait,
you.
Okay, what is? Oh, I don't want this to be too cliche, but what's like your favorite country that you've been to? You can you can count this one, but what is your favorite one?
I think that Croatia was the coolest. I was like, it was very beautiful. You know, there's like these huge, like, just the architecture in itself. There was like this like wall situation with like bridges. I love bridges. And so I was blown away. And then as a kid, being a soccer player, I bought a soccer jersey in Croatia, which theirs is like this like red and white checkered situation. It's the coolest soccer jersey to this day. Like, I will always root for Croatia during the World Cup because I think the drip is just unforgettable.
Unparalleled.
And
I
so,
love that.
yeah, I think Croatia was my favorite, but I would say like Scotland, Ireland, like England were up there as well. I just thought that they were cool. Ireland and Scotland are the only places where I've seen keychains with the name Quinn on it. And as a kid, that was like, that was insane. I couldn't believe it.
I love that.
Yeah, I think Croatia was my fave.
That's sick.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Just super quick. We don't even have to include this. Was it a Luka Modric jersey?
Oh no,
Croatia?
way too young. 2004 to 2008 was when I was in Germany. So this was like the very like, you know, formative years of my life, but not quite in the big time. I think that guy was probably like 16 at the time. I don't know how old he is, but
Jesus. What 2004 to 2008? You were how old?
5 to 9.
Wow. Are you 98? 1998?
Yeah.
You're right between us.
Yeah.
Love that.
A perfect addition to our family.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the thing about our family.
Makes a lot of sense.
As the
Makes a
small
lot of
scene.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wow.
Quinn, real quick, name a woman.
Bridget Brennan.
Why Bridget?
Bridget Brennan is a feminist literature art author. She's like really cool. She works in like the business industry. Like that's like her niche that she's an author for. She talks about like including women in like marketing and things like that. And my senior year of college, this like senior level marketing class, we had to teach every single week. And for like the chapters of our book, you're supposed to bring in a guest speaker. And I wanted to just bring in my gender comm professor because I wanted an easy cop out. But my professor made it abundantly clear that that would not bode well for my grade. We had people phoning it in like week after week, and it was like starting to piss her off. And she's like, why doesn't anyone reach out to the author of our book? And so I cold called Bridget Brennan's like assistant. I looked up everything. I found a phone number listed under her name. And so I was like, hey, Bridget, this is Quinn with Doane University. I just wanted to like confirm your attendance for our like to speak in our class on this date at this time. And I was speaking as if like we had already discussed it and she agreed. And so I was like, so go ahead and give me a call and I left my phone number. 2 days later, I get a text and it's like, is this Quinn Martin? And, you know, I'm not worried about my own safety. I was like, yes, it is. With like 2 exclamation points. That's me. And she goes, yeah, this is Bridget Brennan. I wanted to set up a Zoom meeting to like talk with you. And so I'm like, oh, of course. Is this about like speaking in class? And she goes, absolutely. I'm like, perfect. I Zoom with her and off the rip, she like rips the Band-Aid off and is, hey, just a heads up, you shouldn't cold call people and pretend like you're like whatever. That's not cool. But I do appreciate your confidence. You know, Gabe, you were talking about that earlier. She was like, I do appreciate it.
Wow.
And I do want to like get to know you and see like if this is something I want to do. She graduated from Texas A&M. I know people who went to Texas A&M. I'm from Oklahoma. So me calling from Nebraska, she was like, oh my God, that was something that we connected over. She really liked my vibe. I invited her like to the school, which it was too short a notice, and like to find a hotel. And I was like, honestly, I'll sleep on my couch. You can sleep on like my dorm room bed. Like, I don't mind. She's absolutely not. I'm like, fair enough. She charges like $15K to speak at conferences, like, because she is like the industry leader for like women in business. She's so cool. She's like, everyone should look her up. She's so inspirational. She was on the like board of trustees for the Minnesota Vikings because they were like, we need women. And so she like zooms in.
Classic Viking thing to
for
say.
free. Yeah, yeah. The Vikings were like, arr,
They loved their women.
Come on.
let's get her. Arr. And so yeah, we got her to zoom in. We answered all of these questions, or she answered all my questions. No one else in my class read the chapter. No one was prepared to ask like in-depth, like actually penetrating questions. So then it was just me and her talking. I'm wearing a 3-piece suit during this. Like I took it very seriously, and she like loved it. She added me on LinkedIn. That's my bestie for life. And she charged us $0. Normally $15K. I got a 70.
What?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Because the people in my group,
misogynistic professor.
Yeah, no, does have some internal biases she needs to check. That's my girl. I love her. Oh yeah, maybe bleep that. But
full first name, last name.
But she gave me a 70 because I expected my. By the way, this is a group project. I've done all the work. I asked all the questions. I reached out to her. I set everything up. And the one thing I asked my 2 people to do was, can you write the thank you note? And they're like, yeah, we got you. They don't do it. They don't do it. And so then is mad at me now, or my professor is mad at me now. And she's like, what's taking so long? I was like, I don't know what their deal is, but I'll just write it, thinking that she'll recognize Quinn has been doing all the work and now he's writing the thank you card. I write a beautiful thank you card that we used as an example for the rest of the semester. She's like I had our like Doane University like stamp at the top as like the letterhead. Wow. I was like, dearest Bridget Brennan, I wanted to formally thank you so much for your attendance in our class. Like very well written. It's printed off on sparkly gold paper that I then put in a matte black folder that had our school's emblem on it in like a silver. It was beautiful. I mailed it to her. And then I got a 70 because the thank you card was late. She's crazy. But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's the first woman that comes to mind for me, you know?
Wow.
Despite you having your Steve Harvey on, that 3-piece suit, which we are going to need a picture of that,
Absolutely.
pretty please.
I've got
to include right here. Wow.
Wow, the education system is constantly failing us.
I am the child left behind.
Wow.
You were the child left behind. But
Yeah.
You know what? Bridget said, I got you.
Yeah, and despite all that, you are still putting in the work and just bringing that energy and still being such a bright, smiling face.
Yeah,
despite
check out
this.
Winning Her Business by Bridget Brennan. Include it.
We'll put an Amazon link below.
Yeah. Check out my link.
They might...
I liked how you did it. I wanted to try
do it again. Try again.
At the cameras is when it looks cool. On the side, it doesn't look cool, but when you do that, exactly.
And do you too? Oh wait, sorry.
Whoa.
It was a BB gun. It was a BB gun.
Every time we knock, we've been like consistently punching the mic, and Harry is just like wincing. I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. I think maybe.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Quinn, that was such a wonderful answer and story that came from a question that, to be honest, was meant to just be like that'd be a fun question. You know, we ask him, they're like, oh, why'd you choose? And that was a really special moment we all shared. Thank you so much for not just telling us that, but actually doing it in college despite
That's so cool.
a professor that we are going to track down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and throw rocks at. A fun
Not that
fact,
we know first and last name, but
a real life goal, like bucket list item for them was to ride in a Volkswagen Beetle. Like not even the old ones, but
Would you drive?
the middle ones. And so at the time I drove one. And I would offer every single week, I'd be like, yeah, you let me know and you can drive my car. And she goes, no, I would be content just riding in the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, let's do it. It never happened. I had her for 4 years. Never got her in my car. I don't know how she was so cavalier with putting off her life goal and dream. But and it was like, I was so willing to do it. Like, we could have left in the middle of class to go do it. And I'd have been like, all right, yeah, let's go. But she just let it slip through her hand, honestly. It's so sad.
Fumbled the
wow.
bag.
What year of college was this? Maybe she was like, I can't ask him for that now that I've given him a 70.
Yeah, this
now
is
that
a
I got a C in my class.
reoccurring dream that she would share across different classes. So like from freshman to senior year, I heard it like at least a total of 5 times, you know? Like it came up in different classes across different semesters without fail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting dream also.
Yeah, but a reminder that if you have your dream within that grasp, to take advantage. Don't put it
Yeah.
off for another year.
Yeah.
Don't keep pushing it away.
Your chance will graduate and then you'll be done. then what
And then
will
they'll
you be able
talk
to do?
trash about you on a podcast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what we all want to avoid.
That's what I've always said. Don't let your dreams just be dreams, or
Chase
they
your
will talk
dreams.
shit about you
Exactly.
on a podcast one day. God.
And Brooke
so
shared that
true. Words
before
to
the
live
start of
by.
the podcast. It was crazy.
Yeah,
My
we were
dream
talking
was to
about
be
that
on the
earlier.
Small Talk podcast and barely made it.
Yeah.
and
crazy.
thank goodness you did. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
I
for
know,
having me.
Truly loving it.
Those were all the questions I had prepared personally.
at our-
I know Brooke is cooking something right now.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
literally for the last couple weeks, just as I think of things, I've been adding them to our shared Quinn questions note,
yeah.
which I just clicked off of.
I would just be in the car like, oh, he would love this, and then I just,
Yeah. Go sports.
Oh, I'm a Broncos fan. What the heck?
hey,
Why
come
are
on,
you a
Quinn.
Broncos fan?
My parents are from Wyoming and Colorado, so I like inherited the Broncos, and then they were really good. So it's like, yo, I'm content with this.
Yeah, they've been
That's
they've been
wild.
doing great this year, Quinn.
We do not have a good football team, unfortunately.
Yeah, ours unfortunately is the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, because
They're real bad. They're real bad.
And I feel comfortable sharing this, even if it does make it to air. When my dad was living in LA, the now Las Vegas Raiders were the LA Los Angeles Raiders, and there was a time when they were really good. They had the winningest. The winningest team in all 4 major American sports.
Which doesn't sound like a real word, but I'm told it is.
Yeah, winningest.
Winningest.
And honestly, do we want to just unplug that?
I'm loving watching Harry crawl around fixing this.
Shout out Harry.
perfect.
I know you guys talk a lot of trash about him
Shout
behind
out
his back,
sound guy Harry.
but Harry's been
We've
he's been stepping up this whole pod. You think about it.
So true. He literally runs shit. We just
Been coming into his own.
talk.
Yeah.
I just sit in my chair and I do my job.
This is
my little
prime
fancy dance.
Harry. Like, this is him and his
Honestly.
Vintage Harry, bro. Oh my god.
Yo, real ones
Man.
remember Harry's performance during the Quinn pod, you know?
Oh, on Boxing Day
Everyone's
when he
gonna
put the
remember.
blanket over the generator.
Did
that
you
was
just say
sick.
Boxing Day?
Boxing Day's the day after Christmas, right?
Yeah. Wait, Quinn, how was your Christmas?
Yeah. Quinn, did you have a merry little Christmas?
This is gonna come out in January, but
Oh, man. I'd say my Christmas was pretty merry and bright. It was good vibes. You know, I was hoping for some 70s style clothing. I got. It was crazy.
Uh-oh.
get
What
this man some bell bottoms.
I know.
What
I was
the
begging.
fuck?
But yeah, I got some cool stuff. I got like this really
Love
nice
that.
engraver, which I'm pretty excited about.
Engraver?
Yeah, unironically, I'm pretty excited about it. It works on glass and on everything.
Nice.
What else did I
Whoa.
get?
Wait.
On glass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it works
you can
on
make
glass,
like
wood,
Like on a glass.
stone, all kinds of
Oh.
stuff.
Stone.
Would you ever engrave affirmations on your glasses so you're always seeing them?
Yeah.
On the inside here.
Yeah, they're like reversed too, so I can't even read
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Perfect.
that sounds like
That'd
a
be
great
really
idea.
good.
And I think I'll pursue it.
I love it.
Wait, I saw you just place something on your head. Do you mind showing us what that is?
Yeah, these are my sunnies. I tried to bring these into the Big Brother house, but they didn't get approved for some reason.
Oh.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, they're too cool.
Yeah.
They were
Gotta
worried
be
that
the reason.
the cameras would pick up Pit Viper in that small a font. Let me tell you, my beef with CBS is the fact that so much of my clothes didn't make it through. Like, what are we doing? My toiletry bag was a gift because I was a groomsman, and so it said groomsman on it, and it didn't make the cut because groomsman branding. I'm like, groomsman is not a brand. That is just a word.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's an
honor,
it's a
actually.
groom's dog actually. So I'll have you know.
Wow.
Yeah, they hated my guts behind the scenes. I could tell.
No.
A pair of my pants didn't make the cut because there was like straight up too many holes on them. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are we policing people's bodies here? What the heck?
Yeah. Whoa.
That's wild.
It's like, let my thighs
Holy
bark a
moly.
little bit.
Holy moly. Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that sucks. You were just simply too fashionable. Too fashion forward for...
Do
Real
we,
Pit
do we
Viper.
have any like
Ooh.
chapstick baddies in the call?
Chapstick baddies?
Yeah. You guys, you guys chapstick
I'm
up?
a Carmex girly, and they're all... I have them all over the house
I have Burt's
for
Bees.
when I need them.
Burt's Bees and actually Chapstick brand.
Oh, ugh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. well, I mean, we're
I'm okay with her.
Worse than garbage. Burt's Bees, the mint cocoa, is the
Mint
best.
cocoa.
And you can only get this, and I talked about this in the house. You can only get this if you buy the Burt's Bees advent calendar. My mom, who watched the live feeds, heard this and was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to grab one for Quinn." And so she held on to this for 3 months. And once I got home,
Your
she
mom
was
is
like,
an angel.
"Here's your chapstick that you mentioned that you liked one time." I was like, "All right, I'm concerned how often you're watching the feeds now." She probably saw
It was
a lot
just
of
the
flirting
perfect
from me.
moment. That's synchronicity.
Oh,
Yeah. Also, are we still
Wow.
in the podcast? Did the sound thing get fixed?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I thought we were just chilling. So I was like, "Yeah, let me."
Oh my god.
Let me bring up something I'm
Oh.
passionate
We're-
about.
That's literally beautiful.
Oh, wait,
I'm so glad you did that.
Since it is the day after Christmas, those advent calendars are probably on sale right now. I might just have to cop.
Do it.
That's
It smells
wild.
so good. It smells so good, and
Like
it
a mint
works.
hot chocolate. Peppermint hot chocolate.
Yeah.
I had that last night from a little gift, a little like kit I got for Christmas.
I think
We
I'm-
don't celebrate Christmas,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Oh, I did not know
You
that
know.
about you.
I do have.
we're Jews.
Take that out. Quinn hangs up.
What?
It is a
What?
Yeah, he's telling us about his trip to Germany.
I know. He's like, hang on. Maybe cut that shit out.
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, anti-Semitism has entered the chat. We might need to...
Yo, your ratings are about to get boosted because I'm going to talk about how I was canceled, and we're gonna get a whole new fan base.
You were canceled?
Well, because
Oh.
of this.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Can't
canceled
wait.
for this, and then
Searching
the
Quinn canceled.
right wing
Quincy.
people are like, yeah,
There's something about that Quinn guy I really love.
we love this guy. He tells it as it is, you know.
He speaks truth to power.
No,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, we might have to cut that one out.
I liked all
Yeah,
of that. I think we should do more of that.
Let's double down.
And
More.
I do have a Raiders branded Santa hat because at Universal Studios, Universal City Walk, there has been a Raiders team store there
Yep.
for probably 12 or 15 years. Mm-hmm. And they have not been the LA team in a while. So it's weird that it was there, but I got a Raider Santa hat probably 11 years ago. And my dad's like, I mean, we can get it, but you're never going to wear it. And I'm like, oh. So every year, whenever it's Christmas time, I am always wearing, at least once a year, just for the day, I'm always wearing that hat. Just like,
oh, yeah.
See, told you it wasn't a waste of money.
And you look cool in hats, famously. I feel like that's never brought up, but you do look cool in hats. So I appreciate you wearing
every podcast we actually end it with, Gabe, you look so cool in hats.
Keep trying another hat. Come on.
Another hat on.
Whatever.
Harry, you keep
do we have a hat here I could try on?
Oh,
Thank you.
my God.
All right.
That's my guy. That's a good, shaped hat. That's a good shaped hat. That's nice.
That's a good one.
This was actually a giveaway, right? Harry
Was
just
it?
threw me this from
Can I see the...
Yeah, this was a giveaway from Dodger Stadium.
I love the fish inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually great.
That's great. That's really cool.
It's a Shohei Ohtani.
What does it say, Harry?
Shohei
Is that
Ohtani.
his name? What's this?
Oh, yeah.
Brand?
Quinn, sound guy Harry is fluent in Japanese, by the way.
I wouldn't say fluent.
Oh
He knows
my
a lot of
gosh,
Japanese.
that's so cool.
Yes.
Harry knows a lot. I learned this in college when we were roommates. He just started speaking at once, and I was like, oh my God.
You're caught off guard. You're like, oh my God, this guy's a
Something.
super.
Okay.
That's so cool.
He brought it out.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Quinn, what is that? What are you holding?
Who's
Can we
she?
put the camera on this guy? What the heck?
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me?
Who's she?
Oh my goodness. Have I told you guys my merch idea?
Oh,
No,
do tell.
would love to
This is
hear.
how you can launch it.
I want to, yeah, right. I want to buy up just a bazillion bucket hats. Because if people don't know, the second I won HOH, production gave me a bucket hat, and that gave me free
and it did
reign.
not come off.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm having a bad hair day. Not anymore. I have an adorable bucket hat going sailor mode. Adorable.
Yes.
And
sailor mode.
it was so cute. I straight up looked precious. And it's funny, they were in the DR. They're like, you look like Slash right now. And I was like, this was a Schoolboy Q reference, but continue on. If you didn't know, Schoolboy Q in 2017 made bucket hats cool. And I was wearing bucket hats because I wanted to emulate Schoolboy Q, Man of the Year, Collard Greens, one of my favorite rappers. Right. And so my merch idea is to sell bucket hats, and when you flip it up, in embroidery with, like, you know, the black metal font where it's all like spidery and whatever. I want it to say Sick Nasty on it.
That's actually sick.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
Wait,
That's all. I got chills. That was genuine.
Come on now. That's dope.
Genuine. Yeah. Genuinely, such a great idea.
You are Schoolboy Q.
I'd like to be a Quinvestor in this.
Oh.
Keep going.
Get
keep
in
going.
there. Schoolboy Q is the password to my laptop and only my laptop. But, you know, that's how big of a Schoolboy Q fan I am.
I love that.
Nice.
Wow. Do you remember when Schoolboy Q's dog, like, ran away? That was, like, the saddest time of my life.
Oh.
I remember seeing, because it was, like, in Encino.
Oh, yeah. He's like a
almost
California
positive.
guy. That's crazy that you're close
he's
personal
like
friends with
15
Schoolboy
minutes
Q.
from us. No, I mean, anyone that's in the Valley is immediately a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Gabe's wearing a Pete Wentz Tennis Club shirt because we literally went. He played doubles tennis with Pete Wentz, the bass player from Fall Out Boy.
That's
so
the other day. Like, we just.
When they were driving us, like, from the airport, or I don't know when it was, but CBS was driving us, and we went by the Valley. I'll be honest, I thought the Valley was made up for Karate Kid. And so I was so gassed. I was like, yo, it's like the Karate Kid. I was like, that's so cool. And I'm asking the driver all these questions. I was like, is there like a real, like, all Valley tournament? Like, I was so interested. And the driver was not impressed. Like, I could tell that they lost respect for me in that moment. I was like, I'm sorry. The last time I was born in Monterey Bay, California. And that was like the last time I was in California. Also, this is a fun fact.
Wow.
I was in Disney in line for Space Mountain on 9/11.
Holy shit.
Wait.
And they let us ride the rides multiple times because of 9/11. Wait, let me get my mom to confirm
because
this.
Okay.
Can you bring her in?
So we're just going to tee this up while you're... Okay.
I'm so sorry.
So, Quinn, where were you on 9/11? and then maybe another option. Quinn, where were you during the September 11th attacks?
I hope.
Oh my
crazy.
goodness! Oh my goodness!
Wow.
This is my mom. Can you
Hi,
tell
Mrs.
them
Martin.
about
Hey.
where we were for 9/11?
We were on our way to Disneyland, and we
Wow.
first Quinn was his ears were bothering him, so we went to a doctor, like urgent care there. Whoa. And then we went to the pharmacy because he has an ear infection, and we were in the pharmacy and they're saying it like over the thing, and then my husband's in the car listening to it, and he thought it was like whatever there's that story.
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, like War of the World.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like that. He's like, is that real? And so we weren't sure if it was real or was some kind of prank or was whatever. So then we went and drove past Disneyland, and then they had the signs up, closed today.
Wait, no, this is ruining the story. I've been telling everyone that we were in. This is crazy. Oh man, this is embarrassing. We should probably re-edit this so the story's crazy.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I love this.
I've been telling everyone that we were in line for Space Mountain on 9/11.
We went the next day. And there was hardly anybody there, of course, and zero lines.
Nice.
It took you longer to run through to get back to the beginning of the line. And then at the exact time that it happened, they had a moment of silence where everybody stopped and whatever. But so we were supposed to be at the park on 9/11, but they closed everything immediately. So then we spent the day in the hotel watching it all on TV like everybody else did. And then the next day we're like, okay, let's go to Disneyland.
Let's go to
Because we were moving. We were leaving the state. So this was last opportunity.
We have to go to Disneyland
Yeah.
regardless.
We already paid for our 5-day pass, and now
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
And we've already lost a day.
I don't care what's happening over there.
Yeah,
I'm getting my money's
we
worth.
have to go.
The worst thing to happen on 9/11 was that you guys couldn't go to Disneyland.
Go to Disneyland, man. So we had to.
The real worst thing that happened on 9/11 was that was the day I was put on the block. And that is my famous tweet. Where there's a tweet where I'm cringing, I'm like, ugh. And it's Quinn has been put on the block, making today the worst 9/11 in the history of the world. So 9/11 carries a lot of weight for my family, a lot of trauma. But man, that's.
I guess I didn't realize that was 9/11 when you got.
I know. You're just.
But I mean, because we were there on the 10th, and then we went on the. We thought we were going back, and just no. So then
9/11, a storied past in the Martin household. This is my first non-Big Brother related podcast, so I thought that we should bring up 9/11 at least once.
This is awesome.
Naturally.
Let's not talk about Big Brother. Let's talk about 9/11.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
never-
Really get to
we never
the
talk
important
about it.
things.
Oh man,
I mean, everybody has their story of where they were, right?
and we were living it up.
Yeah, I feel like all of us were too young to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quinn,
I
do you
feel
have
like
any
we
memory
were
of that,
probably
or just
told
from what
with
you've been told?
happened,
You were 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to?
I was 2.
So it's okay that he
2,
I think he
4,
was
3.
almost. He was the age where he could get into the park for free, but he couldn't really ride there. Yeah, so
Got it.
yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, I was thinking about on 9/11. I was like, I can't wait for 23 years from now. I'm gonna meet someone who is born a year after this, and we're gonna be besties. Shout out Cedric sharing a birthday with 9/11. I'm just saying.
That's
Yeah.
And he was born
Yeah.
after the fact,
Wild.
so he has no clue what's going on. He's 14, so
All right. Well, now that's straightened up.
Yeah.
But you don't remember it correctly because you weren't quite 3.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You do remember.
So you get to make up your own story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were in line for Space Mountain. We wrote it 12 times that day. So
yeah.
It makes
Nice.
sense that he would remember that because he couldn't get on it, so he had to keep doing the adult switch thing
Yeah.
so that we could ride it with his older brother. So, and you get off and
Smart.
you just run around to the
Wow.
beginning of the front and you get right back on.
Which I went to Space Mountain with AmeriCorey and then A-Dot, and I was like, getting sentimental, and they're like, why? And I was like, reminds me of 9/11. I don't know.
It's Disney World. We were at Disneyland. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Quit combining it. Quit.
I was there.
Wow.
No, you weren't. All right, I was there. Okay. Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Meeting you.
That was.
This is my mom, by the way.
Yeah,
So
okay,
I'm
go
a liar. I didn't know the full story of my own 9/11, but hopefully that was interesting.
Oh my
That was
god, that was
awesome.
unbelievable. Wow.
And we
As
got
a
to meet
guest,
your mother.
I know that I'm your first guest, but can that become a thing where guests have their mom come on?
I actually love that so much.
That's incredible. But I was thinking maybe if that's not an option, we can ask guests where they were during September 11th.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Where were
Quinn.
you September 11th, 2001? Just quick question.
Like, maybe every time you have a guest on, you just ask them about 9/11.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Name a woman.
There's going to be an overlap eventually where they're going to be like, yeah, it was insane, where it was like, actually, we were at Disney. And you're going to be like, wait, no way. And they're going to share
no, it was closed that day.
Yeah. They're going to share their version of it. And it's like, we would have been in line together, you know.
Whoa.
And that's where I met my wife.
Wow. That's like where people like have seen each other as children in the back of their Disneyland photos. Yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true.
Those are kind of nuts.
That felt like a once in a lifetime Reddit post.
Okay, it's definitely happened one
I'm
time.
sure it happens a lot.
No, I guarantee you it happens. I've seen the one where it's like, or when I love it where it's like, my mom died and I didn't get to introduce them to my boyfriend. And then they go through their yearbook and their mom was their boyfriend's first grade teacher. And it's like, and they actually met. And it's just like the most beautiful thing you've ever heard in your life.
That makes me want to cry.
Yeah, and she gave him a 70 on the final.
Did not care that Bridget Brennan
hit
showed
her with my Volkswagen Bug.
That would total my car. No doubt.
That would be the most full circle. Anyway. Quinn, this has literally been so lovely.
This was amazing, Quinn.
Wow.
Best guest ever.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
We don't even need anyone else ever.
I've had a great time. I feel like I just want to hang out with you guys all the time. Will you guys go on my podcast?
Of course.
Yeah?
In a heartbeat.
It's not out yet, but it's going to be called the Odd Duck Broadcast, and this is my formal invitation. We'll get you on the calendar. My first guest is going to be Matt Hardiman. Just because I think that's hilarious. Is that not the funniest option? Choosing Matt?
That is so good. Oh my god.
Just recreate different TikToks together.
Wow.
Renegade.
Yeah. Like
I don't know any. I know this one.
Oh, there. Yeah, you got.
I know that one.
Something.
That's it.
We should put the craziest music over that.
Yeah.
Put Creed over that.
Okay, I was gonna ask if I can go on a keychain tour with you guys before we go.
Yeah.
That's a great
Obviously,
way to wrap
you can't. Yeah.
So before I leave, here's I think it's made out of actual gold. It's a little cowboy hat that I got from my great granddad Harry's house. This is an air tag that does not work.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Sentimental value, of course.
This is the letter Q, and in the middle is a mouse. He's like the German Mickey Mouse. His name is Diddle, and his girlfriend's name is Diddlina, which, what a coincidence. I never thought about that. No, he's so adorable. You guys should look up pictures of him. He's such a lover boy.
Diddle.
He blushes at the sight of his girlfriend. It's so cute. Aww. He has these gigantic feet. That's so adorable. As a kid, growing up in Germany, I was obsessed.
Wow.
Tyler
We'll
Anthony
just look up
keychain.
old Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get racy.
The feet are horrifying.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're adorable.
Cute, no, they're so. Oh my god, he's so cute.
Oh my god,
the red
this
one
is
or the blue
crazy.
one?
Gabe,
Wait, sorry. Does that say Tyler Crispin? That keychain?
No, it says Tyler Anthony. He's a country country
Not
music
the
star.
Tyler Crispin keychain.
I like
Can
that.
you imagine if I had a Tyler Crispin? Bro, people would have my head on a platter. They'd be like, he's too big of a fan. We hate his guts. How dare he? You can't even see what this is. But this is, this is my college. Here's a spine keychain.
Yeah, I was like, is that a bone?
That looked like a pelvis.
Me and my
or
roommate.
Are you just happy to see me?
Me and my best friend / roommate in college, we grabbed these because we thought they were bottle openers. And they're not. But for the Small Talk Pod, I give you full permission to buy out that idea because that's genius. A little spine.
That's amazing.
We should do that.
And it fits your hand perfectly. Like when I tell you, it's crazy.
Ergonomics.
My
spine.
library card
Hell yeah.
is a little
Reading
fairy.
is good.
And then a tile that does not work.
Wow.
So
I
I'm
love to
bound
track
to lose these keys.
to not track things.
And then the keys
Be
themselves.
unable. Oh, I love that it's red. Is your car red?
Yes, my car is Tornado Red. It's called the Goose Winslow. And push to start, by the way.
Hey.
Crazy.
2012.
He got a key though.
Oh,
Wow.
wait, that reminds me.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I almost knocked something over.
Sorry,
Okay.
he's just recruiting some spirits.
Yeah.
Were you big on thinking that the world was going to end in 2012?
No, because my brother was, and so I thought it was funny too, where I would like, this is so funny. My brother was like, global warming, we're going to be taken out. And then me as probably like a, fifth grader, I'm like, yeah, global warming's not real. Just to piss off my brother. And that to me is the funniest.
Conservative politics to be funny.
As a kid, just to like, you disagree with whatever your sibling says. And so my brother would get so passionate and he'd be so mad. And I'd be like, it's not true.
Oh my God.
The world's not ending. And just to piss him off,
That's so funny. And it's always when a smaller kid is being annoying to you. That you're like,
the younger brother is just like driving him crazy. It was perfect.
That's where Quinn and I bond. We both
Being
have
the
that.
younger brother.
I meant we both don't believe in global warming.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
I've held on to those
Exactly.
beliefs, obviously.
Right.
Okay, because you brought up 2012, I have to ask. And I don't think this happened in 2012. I think it was like 2015.
Okay.
Quinn Martin. Was the dress black and blue or white and gold?
Oh man. I thought that it was. Let me get back there mentally. I remember discussing this in my German class. Oh gosh. I remember.
You speak German?
Ich sprechen Sie kleine Deutsch. I remember it being white
my
and gold.
generational trauma just made me start sweating.
Yo, and we're back, baby. Yeah.
It all comes back to this.
I think I remember it being white and gold. But it did switch. It did switch for me. I felt like, and then I felt like a fraud, but I felt like I had spoken so passionately about it being white and gold that then I just felt the need to commit. And just, even though I saw black and blue at times, I just lied. Because one thing about me, I'm a deceiver, Fully comfortable spreading misinformation.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I always thought blue and black.
First-
that was always me.
First thing you see. Okay,
Whoa.
Wikipedia, I'm not giving you my money.
Yo, Wikipedia is so broke. Yeah, that right now looks black and blue. Wikipedia is literally panhandling. They're big.
It's really...
Spare change. And I'm like, get out of my
That's crazy.
face.
Someone did that on a reality show, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Wikipedia is stealing my bit. Panhandling.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my
This
god.
guy's good. You know, if everyone donated $3,
we could do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wikipedia, I'm broke too. CBS is crazy. They did not pay me a lot of money. Come on.
Incoming Wikipedia sponsorship from Quinn.
Quinn,
Oh.
Our boy.
our boy, our sweet, sweet boy.
Our long lost German brother.
Yeah. I'm so happy that this happened. I've been waiting
too.
passionately
Oh my
on the
God,
edge of my
us
seat.
too.
So excited.
Yeah.
I could not
Truly.
have. You could have given me like a week to just map out how perfect this could have been. I wouldn't go anywhere near this, Quinn. This was amazing.
We talked about 9/11 today.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
exactly. Your mother was here.
Yeah.
I
Truly
want you to know,
the
I went
best.
out there and I got in trouble for not being packed and ready to go. They're like, well, you need to pack. And I'm like, we have to talk about
I'm
9/11.
on a podcast.
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. I'm just like,
Not even your room.
yeah, my brother's room.
Get out of my brother's room.
Get out of my streaming room, dude.
Oh man, not
day.
the streaming room. Oof. All right. Speaking of streaming, you want to plug anything before we let you go?
Yes, check me out on Twitch at everynowandquinn. I'm going to be on Demon Time. I'm going to be a gremlin, ghoul, goblin. Turn it up. Okay, we're playing Fall Guys. We're talking about reality TV. We're starting beef with misogynists online. We talk about 9/11. It's going to be great. I have a podcast coming out soon. It's going to be called The Odd Duck
Yes.
Broadcast, which if you get on Patreon, it'll be out a week and a half early. And it'll be a lot of
Fucking
fun.
paywalled us, this guy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have. I yield my time. Thank you so much for inviting me. Seriously, I love you both.
Yes, we love you.
People don't know the lore, but Gabe and I met at like a straight up CVS, and we're like talking. We hit it off. We're friends.
Crazy.
And then Brooke and I are talking, and we're a part of the same roller coaster subreddits. And she's straight up like responded. She's called me out publicly, but we've straight up had like discourse back and forth on roller coaster Reddit. So it was like crazy small world. Very thankful to become friends, and I can't wait to have. Should I have you both on my podcast or individual guests? What do you prefer?
Ooh,
I think both.
both.
We're a package deal, Quinn.
Exactly.
And I love that family. You know, it's like Vin Diesel.
It's the three of us.
Vin Diesel.
I appreciate you both so much. Shout out all the dogs in the crib, and shout out Harry. I'm gonna say
Shout out Harry.
Yeah, my dog.
All right.
I know.
Thank you so much for watching Small Talk the Pod. I'm Brooke Smallson.
I'm Gabe Smallson.
And I'm Quinn Smallson.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.